I knew I was sick. I felt sick. I'd actually just got off the phone, and I told somebody like I'm finna lay down. Next thing I know, I'm waking up. I'm in my bathroom in my hallway, and I'm calling my friend, and they like, "Why is it blood all over you?" Like I got blood everywhere. I ain't got no shirt on. I got blood everywhere. My mouth running. I hadn't been in my bathroom in my bedroom. So it's a minute before I even go in there. And they told me, they like, like your eyes is blinking. So basically I wasn't even out the seizure, but I was conscious. And when I finally really came into myself and got a little conscious with it, when I finally walked in my bathroom, I mean, that was the scariest thing I'd ever seen. I truly wish I would have seen how I felt, because it was so much blood. And I was like, man, wow. I watch a lot of First 48. And that's the first thing it reminded me of when they walk in one of them rooms and it's just blood everywhere. So I would like to know what I hit, because I know I hit something probably about 2, 3, 4 times going down.
Yeah.
But it was just crazy. I had 2 of them in 2 hours. Well, 3 in a 3-hour span.
Yeah. We're glad that you survived that, man, and still here, because believe me, losing one was terrible.
Oh, I ain't going nowhere. I ain't going nowhere.
Having said that, man, this person is going somewhere, okay? We have our own leadership coach, all right? She's leadership coach to the world right now, okay? Everybody say what's up to Rachel Gary. What up, Rachel? You're muted. You're muted. I accidentally muted you. Hold on.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's all right. I know how to unmute this thing. Now, hello there, gentlemen. How are you?
All right. How you doing?
Good. We better. We are better.
I am doing. And I see that we have the National Black Radio Hall of Fame inductee symbol in the corner, celebrating excellence right here.
Yeah.
It's going to stay there. It's going to stay there.
As it should.
Rachel, I first of all, thank you for your words, and always supported us, okay? But in our time of really, really, really emotional need, you were there, okay? I love my sister, y'all don't understand, but she was there. She was one of the first people who reached out and said, "Hey, man, you need anything? It's gonna be okay," And we had a talk about whether or not I was going to continue doing this as well. And she didn't say, "Yeah, you got to do it." She just said, "You'll know." So thank you, Rachel. She did that leadership coach thing on me, y'all.
Guys, at the end of the day, we have to celebrate life and celebrate time, celebrate things that are going on, and just remember the people who are not with us are still with us. And so it was a hard month of April. So it was a very hard month of April. But I would say what it did for me was it tightened up my mental thought process on things that were going on, and making sure that I put things in place and making sure that I get my family members to do the same. So there's going to be a lot of shows I'm going to be doing for the next year that are going to be all about making sure that we set up coverage correctly, that we tell our families what we want, and making sure that everyone is aware to keep controversy down. So
it's a
so I said, for me, I always take it as a time. Anything that happens is a time of reflection to think inwardly. Absolutely. So I will be. I mean, Martha Washington has been on Dope Living TV. She will be on Wake Up CEO. She's going to also be doing a couple of events with me, because it's very important that at this point in time that we have a financial way to take care of things as the inevitable happens. And it was really important to me to get with someone who has a plan that could actually do that. So she will be working with me for the next year, and a number of places I'm going. I'm taking her everywhere because I want to make sure that people understand that for $84, 7 people can be covered. And if those 7 people cover 7 more people, you can cover your whole family for $84. So we want to make sure that we get that information out here. I mean, I'm pushing it harder than my book right now. I'm putting that's I told her she's gonna be at every event because I think it's very important that as in our community, as we're building a legacy, as someone who is very much the CEO of my life, I want this is something very important for us to be the CEO of ours. Yeah. Making sure we take care of the inevitable.
Yeah, and it's amazing that, you know, not saying that you haven't always been on that path, but for me, it's just, this has been a wake-up call, seriously. And I as the days transpired past that day, I found out that I wasn't my stuff wasn't in order, you know. So, you know, we go around through these days and we doing everything. Okay, yeah, business is cool, all of the other stuff is cool, but do you have the plan installed for those loved ones in case something happened to you? Because that just, you know, what happened with Mo, it was unexpected.
Yeah.
And unexpected things happen every single day to anybody. Okay, so
absolutely,
first you have to be prepared. But Rachel, we want you guys to come back on here and talk about that. So bring Martha with you.
Okay.
One time.
Absolutely. I will when the CEO mastermind wants to come see you guys. So they're at like, I mean, man, it's like a couple of weeks they're gonna be ready to come see you. But yeah, that's so Martha and I will definitely come on here because I think that it's very important that we talk about it. A lot of things we don't want to talk about. We don't want to talk about money, really. We don't want to talk about death, really. We don't want to talk about our jobs and things, really. We don't want to be transparent and uncover and be honest. And to me, this is a time to have an honest conversation with yourself. Have the honest conversation with, are your affairs really in order? This isn't about show. This isn't about TV. This isn't about, it is about your life. It's about your life. And what is your life? What does your family's life look like when you're not around? And we want to make sure at the end of the day that's what is about building a legacy. That was what was so important to me about why I did what I'm doing currently, is that I wanted to make sure I build a legacy that my children are to talk about from this generation to many generations to come, but also to feel secure in generations to come.
Yeah. And we don't want you to come. We don't want you guys to do this on Thursday. We want you guys to come on another day so that we can have this full hour and make it, because we still want our CEO nuggets. Okay, we be hungry by Thursday. All right, so
all right, like I said, whatever day. I mean, I'll talk to, like I said, I'll see Martha on the 13th. She'll be on my show next this upcoming Wednesday. Then she'll be in person and we'll talk about it, because as I said, I told her I want her everywhere, because I just don't think the message is out here enough. And I see a lot of people who struggle with the last bit of little money they need, and this particular plan covers all of it.
See?
You don't get a payout. It's not like an insurance policy where you get paid, where you're going to get millions. This is about covering final expenses, which is the number one thing that everyone is trying to do. No one's worried about people are not worried about how much money they're going to get. They're worried about just making sure the loved one is taken care of respectfully. So these are CEO conversations I'm having, because as a CEO, you have to be clear in your actions, empowered by your choices, and own your direction. Own your direction is what I'm talking about right now.
Yeah. So what if and I know you guys will cover that, but just briefly, if you could tell me, what if someone wants to, is not going to have, you know, when we say final expenses, people talk about the funeral and all of that stuff. Okay, but what if someone wants to be cremated?
That's also covered. Cremation is also covered. The only thing that she doesn't cover is a plot. However, her and I had a discussion about her partnering with someone to be able to include that in a package. Because at the end of the day, we want that loved one to be taken care of solely. The family is already going to be in disarray because you're not here.
Right.
Let's just call it a spade. You're not here. What do you want your family to feel like? I mean, they're already going to be sad because you're not here. Do we want them to also have to deal with everything that comes along with that? Trying to figure out where they're going to get the money, calling around, making sure the policies are actually in place? Or do you want them to make one phone call? All of your stuff is in one place so they can be able to find it. It's making sure that you're on your drive. If you are using, let's just say you're using a Google Drive, that you tell your loved ones, every loved one knows that all of your personal effect information is here. A friend of mine who's been my brother for 37 years, he passed last 2 Thursdays ago. And this is right the week after Mo. So he passed the Thursday after that. And his family had no idea what any of his documents were. So they spent a whole 2 or 3 days just trying to find it. So CEOs, this is what I'm talking about us being, when we're owning our direction, that's owning every piece. Every piece. Yeah. Where is it? Where, if it's a safe box, if you have a safe box, have you told your loved ones where the safe box is? Have you explained to all your loved ones what you want? Because another thing that happens is that families argue. They're arguing and fighting because everyone didn't know the best wishes or the last wishes. Write that stuff out. Get the will. Guys, these are not expensive things, but these are necessary things. So your final wishes are adhered to. Yeah. So, I mean, I said, let's not give the family a reason to argue, because they're not arguing really because they're fighting. They're arguing because they miss who is not there. It's the missing piece. Give them less things to argue about.
That's powerful right there, for real.
And I understand that completely, because, like you say, they're not arguing. That's pain. That's pain and hurt. Just going at it.
Yeah, because like right now he has 15 kids, and we have people arguing about who's going to do what. All of his children are grown, except he has 2 little babies. He has 2 little babies, but all his other children are grown. They're arguing back and forth. You did. Did you know? You ain't seen Dad. Look, all of that is just pain because you can't call him, and he's not there. So it goes to, at the end of the day, that everyone is going to miss you. Set it up where one thing is just taken care of. If you already know the place you want to have your arrangements, set it up.
Yeah.
Set it up. I mean, I'm just saying, and there is not one funeral home across the nation that you can't set your stuff up ahead of time. You can set it up. So if you want to be cremated, find the crematory and set it up. Don't be afraid. Death is inevitable. We're just energy anyway, guys. We're going to dissipate and come back again. That's how I see that. But let's make sure that we have those conversations with our loved ones. A loved one should not be like, did she really want to be cremated? Everybody in my whole family knows I want to be cremated. There's not a person who does not know. I want to be cremated. I want to be the Sean John urn. I don't care if Puffy in jail when he get out. I want a stylish urn. I hear he's getting out soon, but I want a stylish urn. So I'm just saying, there's not one person who's not heard that story. Because that way there's no one arguing. You don't have nothing to argue about. Everyone knows.
Hey, that's Coach, it. you know that urn might be slippery.
Oh, that baby oil, man. I might slide out of it, man. I know.
You know that urn might be slippery, one of them baby oil urns.
But it's gonna be sharp, because one thing that Puffy did, his clothes were sharp. Everyone else had their names on the clothes, but his clothes were stylish. Yeah. So for me, I liked his style. That was what I liked about Sean John clothes. Even though he had a Nietzsche as well, a Nietzsche with street gear, Sean John was for the grown-ups. And the way though it's like, I haven't seen any clothes that actually match it right now. There's a lot of people throwing stuff out there, but it doesn't look the same.
Steve, you're a fool. Take that.
Hey, I did a whole day. It's funny, when I was telling my wife, but I was doing a dance with it, but I still want the urn.
That's slippery. You might slide on out. Like, where the ashes go?
You lay the urn on the couch and on the counter, and it slides off, and you've been wondering, why did it slide? Take that. Anyway, man, but you made a great point about you made a great point, Rachel. Okay, how can you call yourself a CEO? Because CEOs control everything. How can you call yourself a CEO and you haven't even taken control of your life or your future plans or your, you can't call yourself a CEO if you're not doing a complete CEO makeover. You know what I mean?
But see, what Coach teaches too is Coach alerts you that you are a CEO of your own, and she helps people advocate and enlighten them until letting them know in their train of thought of thinking. You are your own CEO. Absolutely. And you take control of that. I mean, I know that's one thing the coach teaches, you know.
Absolutely.
What a CEO mastermind.
It's the whole purpose of my program. Thank you very much, Steve. That's what the whole purpose of the program is. The program is not about making money. It's about making sure that you get the mindset to understand that you control everything around you. Then you can control your money. You can't control your money if you can't control your thoughts, your emotions, your life. How can you control your money? So the first thing, the whole point of the program is to teach you how to take a stock of yourself, to be more aligned with you, so you can grow everything around you. Everything is an extension of you. So if it's an extension of you, you must be aligned. You have to be focused. You have to be diligent. You have to be disciplined. You have to have self-care. If you don't have all of those things, you are just twisting in the wind and you're letting life just push you around. So are we controlling life for what?
Or is life controlling us?
It's control. 99% of us, people can raise their hand and tell the truth. This morning, did you get up and did you make a decision that you're going to have a good day?
See?
Who did it? Just raise your hand. Who? Come on, y'all. Y'all watching? Who? When you got up this morning, did you say, today I'm going to have a good day? Did you tell yourself you're going to have a good day?
Yep, I did. I did this morning.
The first thing I did, the Steve know, I talk about it in my mastermind. The first thing I do is tell myself today is a good day. I'm going to be the best version of me today. Now,
and I did.
And usually, if you notice, Steve, that your day goes much better.
And I got back in the bed, and it was felt better. When I got back in the bed, I said, boy, this is the best way this day was supposed to go.
I'm going to tell you, though, Rachel, I choose, when I get up in the morning, yes, I say it's going to be a great day, but then I ask myself, and I'm not plugging my book, but I do this every day.
Peace and power, come on.
What am I going to choose? Peace today or power today? Or do I choose both? But either way, it's going to be a great day. Absolutely.
But if you tell yourself that, you're giving yourself instructions, CEOs. That's what we're doing. Our brains are a computer. Do you know how you breathe? You don't, because the computer within you does. Do you know how you take the oxygen, turn it into air within your body to fill up your lungs? Do you understand all those components? You don't. We do not understand how our human body works, but we do feed our mind, and when we feed our mind, we intake. A man becometh what you think. So if you are thinking negative or you're not thinking positive, negative keeps coming your way because you're thinking negative. I was so drained for 2 whole weeks. So 2 weeks, I was barely doing things. I was barely doing my work. I was barely getting the money for my marketing. I was doing it 2 days here, 2 days not. So what happened this week? I didn't have any money to do the things I needed to do. So because you're a culmination of your yesterdays. Whatever you are doing today comes from all of the things you did before today. You didn't just arrive today. You slowly, gradually put yourself to the day. So if I want tomorrow to be better, today has to start my positivity. Today has to start my thought process. Today I must move differently than I did yesterday to make a different result.
Okay.
But
yeah, like that.
We gotta own that. We gotta own that. We gotta own that.
Man, I didn't know we was gonna get them kind of nuggets today. Woo.
Hey, I've been thinking about this for ever since I got a call on Sunday before I started watching. It was a bad Sunday, and then that following Thursday I got another call. But then I just remember it's energy. We're light. We're spiritual beings. All they are now. When I have my meditation, I'm talking to my ancestors. These are 2 more that I can talk to. So I gotta always bring it back to the positive.
Yeah.
And I understand that, Coach, because every morning I start the morning with a prayer group. 6:15 every morning. That's truly how I start my day, Monday through Friday. And and I stay on there. And that helps me every day to get through the day easier.
I'm gonna tell y'all every morning on top of the prayer, man, I look in the mirror with a razor. I'd be like, man, should I cut it off today or should I let it go? I'm serious. I do. Every day I be like, how that look?
But what's your reasoning for it?
Because my hair grows quick.
I'm trying to get it. Can't you see? I'm trying my hardest to get it.
You trying to get it? He's trying to get rid of it.
I just want to do different things. So next week I'm probably gonna have all of this cut off and just have this. Scooby-Doo. Make sure I'm down. But Rachel, you know, we appreciate you coming through every week, and you know, we missed you these past 2 weeks, man. And
I miss you guys as well.
We are so glad that you.
And Steve, do you have? Well, I got a question real quick before I forget. Steve, do you have a new number?
No.
Do you have a new number?
No.
I called you. Okay, sorry. I want because I wondered why he was on air. I wanted to make sure I asked. I called you, but you didn't answer.
Oh, I probably wouldn't have the phone then or something, but
okay,
no, I
because I tried to check on you as well. Believe me, I be on it. I be legitimately. I tell people I legitimately care, and to me, I'm one of these people. If you say you care, you call. You call. You ask what's happening. So yeah, I called you, but you didn't answer. I was like, okay, maybe I'll ask him when I talk to him.
Maybe one of them days I was in the bed, Coach. Because I tell you this, I'm still sore.
When I told Rachel, she said, "Well, I'm gonna call Steve and check on him too." You know, she definitely did that because I was like dumbfounded. I'm like, "Dang, Mo, now I'm like, take me, Lord. I mean, what? What's left?"
Man,
you know,
I was just like the pain. Like I said, I didn't have them before, but to deal with that, I actually had two. I went to the hospital. Then when they released me, I had one in their lobby, and they still let me go home.
So you could just show them this. I'm for real, y'all. Look, watch this. No, let me stop. Rachel,
only Greg, Steve. Only Greg.
Take it a little bit too far.
Hey, we fall down, but we get up, just like Donnie McClurkin said.
There it is.
So again, Rachel, thank you so much, man. We got to get out of here, but appreciate you. Tell everybody how they can reach the life. I'm sorry, the leadership coach. Why do they always freeze at the end?
At the end,
guys, you can see me on all social media platforms at Rachel. That's all right. Guys, you can catch me anywhere on any social media platform at Rachel L. Gary. If you are looking for any of the things that I'm offering or any upcoming events. So over the next, I just want to, I got a couple of minutes. I have a couple of events. If you're in the Chicagoland area, I have a couple of free events coming up at McKinley Library on Saturday. I am doing a leadership class, and that leadership class is about clarity to clients. On May 17th, I will be in Avalon Park Library. There will be a free workshop that we will be discussing, part 2. And the 3rd this month will be at the Clearing Library on the 23rd of May. And you guys can check out all of that information at Eventbrite. I'll make sure I drop the link below. But at Eventbrite, you can get the information to each one of those workshops. You must register separately. Because they're not all in 3 together. So they're separate places, separate days, separate activities. If you want to get locked into growth and you're in the Chicagoland area, now's the time. If you're further away and you just want to get to know what's going on next, I have a 5-day challenge. It's also a free 5-day challenge that is coming up from the 18th to the 22nd. Go to my website and to the events page and check anything out that is coming up. And that is at www.sayiampossible.com. One more time, that's www.sayiampossible.com.
Hey, man, real quick, shout out to Sharika Bray. Sharika, I don't know if I told you about the passing of Mo, but Sharika's always been in our corner. Bray Films, okay? Y'all check them out. They got a lot of stuff going on. Rachel, real quick, we got to get that exercise before we go to Steve.
All right, CEOs. As we were discussing today, you want to make sure that you are owning your life. I do understand that you're living your life, but are you living it and possessing it and moving forward successfully through it? If not, get locked in. Get locked in with your inner self so the outer version of you can show up the way you would like. And until next week, right here on Dope Living TV, where I have the pleasure to talk to my brothers and sister when she's back. I want you guys to be up, out, and moving to the greatness we all know lies within who? You. See y'all next week right here.
Yeah. Steve, I'm sorry, Jerwayne, what you got?
Oh, don't do that. Don't do that.
I like
But
that
yeah,
name, Steve.
it's all right. Yes, my name is Stephen J. Edwards. I am the founder of Epilepsy Enlightenment, co-host of Dope Living TV, and contributing writer in Melanin Marriage. So check us out. We just had the May issue of Melanin Marriage come out. Check out my article if you like it, or anyone that has seizures or is inquisitive about learning about educating and advocacy for epilepsy. Check me out at Epilepsy Enlightenment Epilepsy Enlightenment Seizure Facebook group. So that is me, and God is love, love is God.
Hey man, you should use Jerwayne as your pen name.
No, man.
I like your name, Steve. Joanne.
I love my name. That is my name.
It's very unique. And because I didn't say it, my middle name is Levan. So I want to make sure I put it out there. So the L, even though my nickname is Legend, but my legal middle name is Levan, and that's my great grandmother's name.
And on that note, we got to get out of here, okay? So this is our weekend, so we'll see you guys Monday, okay? On behalf of Levan and Jerwayne and Donnell. I put it out there. But don't y'all call me that. I gave it to y'all today. That's it. I'm Greg Gray. This is Dope Living TV Live, okay? We're going to see you guys on Monday. Thank you again, Rachel.
Thanks, Rachel.
Thank you guys for having me as usual.
All right, y'all have a great weekend. Peace.
Whether in the house or outside, you know that we gon' do it. Make our own decision, turn around and still get through it. When you say the name, you know it's us and what we doing. So turn it on and let the bass get booming. Hey, yeah. Dope Living TV. Dope Living TV. Dope Living TV. Dope Living TV. Yeah. We got it all. Come and see. Yeah. Oh, Dope Living TV. Oh.